What is up? Run Pure Sports. We're going to take you up to the lock for the 5-game slate we got tonight. It's been a very profitable afternoon on the DFS side. DC, you'll be proud of me. I turned my $4 into almost 20 today, so I'm going to have a big night tonight. It's going to be amazing. And what else we got here? We got a whole bunch of trades going down. We got NBA trades. We got baseball trades. So let's do this. 5-game slate, DC and Stevie Boynton, who's all pumped up for the NBA draft tonight. What's going on, DC? Between the Scherzer to the Padres and maybe some other teams swooping in and Westbrook going, everybody in DC is going to hell. Gallo getting dealt yesterday. Danny Duffy just got traded to the Dodgers. A lot of stuff going on in the sports world, buddy.
Yeah, I think, I don't have like the data to back it up, but I think this is probably going to be the most active MLB trade deadline of the last, if I had to guess, the last, 20 years, maybe ever. I think we've seen so many trades of significant players already. Obviously, headline, like you mentioned, Holden, Scherzer moving to the Padres. He's like an easy top 3 pitcher. He seems healthy. He pitched well today. And now he's going out to the West Coast, right? 2,000 miles west. And
3.
he shifts the balance of power in the NL West, in the NL, and in the World Series. I haven't checked the World Series odds, but I would assume the Padres are like off the board until this trade gets completed, something like that. It's just a huge acquisition by the Padres, and it's not the only one. Joey Gallo to the Yankees. I actually tweeted about that like a month ago and said that was my prediction. They needed a new center fielder. He could hit between Judge and Stanton. I know people are saying, "Oh, there's going to be too many strikeouts there." Well, the truth is, Aaron Judge, Joey Gallo, Giancarlo Stanton, these guys have some of the highest on base percentages in baseball, because the reason isn't because they're so selective at the plate. It's because pitchers are afraid to pitch to these guys, because if you make a mistake, you give up a home run. And so you stack 3 of them together, you get the lefty in the middle between the 2 power righties, and it makes a huge difference. I listened to an interview with Aaron Judge about the Joey Gallo trade, and he's saying, yeah, we feel like teams can just run out right-handed pitcher after right-handed pitcher after right-handed pitcher against us, because Judge, Stanton, Torres, Gary Sanchez, right?
Urshela too.
Yeah. Urshela, they all swing from the right side. They're all susceptible to that right-handed power slider. You put Joey Gallo in the middle of that, right? Perhaps the best left-handed pure power hitter outside of Shohei Ohtani, who just beats everything and everybody. But it's a huge addition. So I'm excited to see what the Yankees do with this. And just a number of trades that I think are really going to shake up the baseball landscape. And I know probably our majority of people watching this show are not season-long baseball guys, or just betting on, who's going to win the World Series or divisions. But these are giant trades. So Steve, I know you're a huge Cubs fan. You're a huge baseball fan in general, and it's really shaking things up. And I think it's going to have
He's not a Cubs fan, DC. He's been in Chicago for 2 years. The guy grew up in Washington.
He's going to multiple Cubs games a year. He's a Cubs fan.
No, he's not. He likes the Nats.
I'm just surprised that there's a bigger Joey Gallo fan on the show than I am. I thought I was tweeting a lot about how good Joey Gallo was last night, but DC might have got me there. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Also,
JSU pwns you on Joey Gallo love, Stevie. Yeah. You're way out.
I guess I'm third then.
Yeah, you're third. There's nobody that loves Gallo as much as JSU. Nobody. Yeah. What's up, buddy? How are you? I got to give out all these codes, and I got to tell people how their logos and stuff, but let's get some quick thoughts. We'll get into that, and then we'll bullshit about some other stuff and get into the slate.
Yeah, just to go off the Joey Gallo thing, adding the bat is obviously huge, but he's one of the best defensive outfielders in the game too. I think the best outfield arm in baseball.
In little tiny Yankee Stadium, man, he's going to dominate. He can play center field there. That's what I tweeted a month ago. In Yankee Stadium, Joey Gallo is like a top 10 player overall in all of baseball. It's just a huge ad for them. It just is.
People have been saying it for years, and it's true. He is a perfect fit there for a lot of reasons. Hits lefties actually better than righties too. So, not one of the power lefties who, you have to platoon or anything. Just a true superstar, I think, of the game who is going to get a lot more attention now, obviously, that he's in New York.
You know what's funny is people are saying like, oh, the Yankees added just some more strikeouts to the lineup. Like Joey Gallo is primarily replacing Brett Gardner. Who do you want to face if you're a pitcher? You want to face Brett Gardner or you want to face Joey Gallo, right? You make one mistake against Joey Gallo, the ball's 500 feet gone. And it's just not even close between these two guys. So
it's about as massive of an upgrade with one move that you can
you can possibly make, outside of the Nationals getting Max Scherzer to replace Blake Snell. I don't know, whoever it is like that, it's just huge. It changes the entire landscape. And I think if this was the NFL, right, which is obviously more popular in general, but if you're watching this show, you obviously like baseball, and getting Joey Gallo is like getting Julio Jones. You know what I mean? It's that kind of impact play. So it's a big deal if you like baseball. If you don't, then who gives a fuck anyway? But if you like baseball, this is a big deal.
I agree. Yeah, no,
Nate, Satchel Paige did not play for the Nationals. First of all, West Coast Gem, I love you, but go screw yourself. My voice is screwed. I'm pretty sure I got the COVID despite being vaccinated. So I'm doing this for you, and you can't get it from me through this. I'm supposed to turn up my mic a little bit. I'll do that too. And let me get to a whole bunch of stuff that I need to tell you guys and ladies as I hit the music. And then we'll get into some other things. And definitely the 5-game slate tonight, so don't worry. But we got to talk about Joey Votto. Holy shmoly, this guy's going bananas. But first, if you have not signed up, RPS Heater 25% off your first payment. Members never win, right? And I got to tell you, we actually are winning. A lot of the members are winning right now. Let's get into some of the guys. Huge night last night. Humongous night last night. So Simon, our producer, sends me these screenshots when we do the free shows. And I'm like, holy shit, Simon, you had an amazing night. You won like $1 million. Actually, it was just the members. So let's give a shout out to some of the members. And then I'm going to tell you how you can get some free swag on top of this. So the Bumpsta, way to go, Bumpsta. Winning 10K last night, 10K. This has been a few days this week. We've had big winnings. I'm up in the, I'm going to be up in the bankroll tonight, maybe to a whole $5. It's going to be amazing, guys. Yuri Thomas, 25K for Yuri Thomas. Way to go, Yuri. We got JMWHSC, 30K, and Paisal Pampu. Wasn't there Rahul or something? $100,000 these dudes are taking down. That's life-changing money right there, guys. It's tremendous. And every day you're going to get our core plays, which is the best analysts in the world. They work here at RPS. They give out the most of their roster. They can't give it out, the whole thing. They'll leave 2 or 3 spots open, but you get their cores. And then there's a playbook, and DC does that a lot, basically breaking down every single game on the slate and who to play and who he likes the most and who he doesn't like, and the pitchers and the position players. So one more thing to add to this. Since members never win, if you are a member, I cannot recommend anymore that you use our RPS logo. And if you're not a member, you can use the RPS logo, because if you win and you send us a screenshot, we're going to be choosing a couple of people a week as long to get some free swag, some RPS swag, if you have RPS on your avatar. Okay, so free RPS swag. Send us a screenshot of your win. And if you're trying to find the RPS logo, it's pretty easy. You can either type it in on the internet, it'll pop up, or you can go into our Discord. If you are a member, go into our Discord and you'll find RPS logo. And you just click on that. It's right under the alert channels. Okay, we got that whole thing.
Good promo. Hold on. I want to say one thing. On top of it is that, we've had some massive winners at RPS, right, over the last couple of days, and frankly all season, and dating back to the origin of RPS. But sometimes I get DMs that are like, "Oh man, I want 50K, 100K, whatever it is. Like, do you take tips?" And it's like, no. For one, you create your own lineup, right? Sometimes I get everything wrong, and your lineup sucks. I'm not like asking you for money when that happens. If you ship it, like, you don't have to give a tip to anyone. And this is the perfect example of this, because I was on most of the good stuff yesterday, just like in general, right? Like kind of the proper pitchers and the right stacks. Rodolfo Castro, though, was the key to the entire slate. A Pittsburgh Pirate rookie, 22 years old, a switch hitter, hits a couple home runs. And like, I had never heard of that guy. So listen, if you took my core and you added Castro to it and you shipped all the money, like, fantastic job, but that's not, you don't have to thank me for that. You were the one who put the key piece in there. So I don't know. Congratulations to all the winners. This sounds like a rant, but it's like an anti-rant, I think, at least from my heart of hearts. And I just love seeing people win, and trying to do the best we can every single day. Recommend the best plays. Listen, you find this 1% guy yourself. That's not me. You know what I mean? He was the guy you needed. So it's just awesome to see so many winners over at RPS, and we'll keep it going in every sport we have always, I think, since the inception of this company. And that's the goal, to keep it going. So it's like is that like an anti-rant? I don't know, but it is what it is.
Well, here, if you want DC's plays today, he's going to give the Mom's Basement play of the day. Now, some guys are nice. They'll be like, all right, if you don't hit this amount of likes, we'll still give you the play of the day. DC, 425 watch and 100 likes. Let's get to 200.
Here? Let's get to 200. It's a big NBA draft night. Yeah.
That's like asking Max Scherzer to have an ERA of 3.5. That's not very tough. But you know what? DC's in a good.
You're the host. You can overrule him if you wish.
I'm not overruling you. I'm just, if that's what you want to go with, that's fine. Also, yes, JSU yesterday was the one that recommended Castro. This is the second time I've given him some love today. He is like the little brother you just want to step on. He's shorter than you. He's more annoying than you. He doesn't shut up. But I will not forget this. Yesterday, he goes, you know who else is a good play? Castro. I'm going, wow, he has had a couple nice games. Stevie, what are you laughing about? JSU nailed it, man. He had Castro yesterday.
Yeah, Rodolfo's got some pop.
Yeah.
I guarantee Steve's not laughing about that. It's got to be something.
What's he laughing about?
Just in general.
You're just laughing at life in general?
That's a good way to be. So no hate on that.
Yeah, but in a good mood. So
yeah.
Okay. Again, I don't want to get into the baseball slate right now. I think we got at least another 10 minutes to talk about other stuff, because I don't want to get stuck and just not do anything. So guys, first of all, if you got any questions, we'll let our premium members ask questions in our Discord. Okay. Premium member in the Discord. Got to tell you that. If you are not signed up, RPS Eater 25. All right. Enough of this spiel here. We just had Danny Duffy go to the Dodgers too, guys. And you all have baseball people. That's cool. We're all baseball people here. Stevie, what do you got? Danny Duffy going to the Dodgers. I like this kid. I think he's rounding into form. He's feeling good now. I don't mind this move at all for some depth. And maybe he can maybe he eats up some room in the bullpen during the postseason. I love this move.
Yeah, he's been out for a bit with the forearm, right? But they expect him back soon. I expect the return to be one of those like player to be named later, depending on how long it takes for him to come back type of trades. So an interesting trade in that respect. I think that they bring him out of the bullpen. Like you said, I think he can be really effective. I'm not sure if he is going to have the time to fully be stretched out, to start by the time the playoffs come around. He's probably going to miss another couple weeks, but interesting addition. And again, we're not going to see how much they gave up probably until after the year, but he's been really good this year. Kind of out of nowhere. I'd be interested to hear DC's thoughts on him. I haven't used him probably enough this year in DFS. So
DC, you there, buddy?
Yeah, I'm here. On who?
Danny Duffy.
No, I don't really see much here. I wouldn't concern yourself too much with this one. I think we can move on from that one quickly.
What's the next one you want to get to?
Whatever. There's a lot more to get to. Not that one.
You talked about Scherzer the Padres being a big one and balance of power and everything like that. But, now let's just say this does end up, the Scherzer goes to the Padres, because it's not done yet. And now
I think he's going to the Padres.
Rizzo's leaking things. Like, we got a deal in place, but other people come in.
I think he's 90% plus to go to the Padres. I would say that.
I'll assume he's going to the Padres.
Yeah.
And then now what you can do is roll out. If he's not the best pitcher in baseball, on any given night, he can be the best pitcher in baseball. Okay. If he's not the best pitcher in baseball,
he's right there.
Right there. And that's what you get with the Padres. You can go up against the Dodgers, number one. You can go up against the Giants. You can go up against DeGrom and still have a good chance of winning ball games with this dude.
Yes. That's the key to Max Scherzer. And frankly, the Padres, as much as they're a team on the rise, the Blake Snell acquisition looks frankly awful. I mean, Blake Snell's been terrible this year. You know what I mean? He just has, and it doesn't seem like he's turning around. Joe Musgrove, he pitches tonight, by the way, and I have hesitancy about him. He doesn't seem like he's quite the same that he was at the beginning of the year.
Yeah. How many guys have they traded for that have regressed or gotten hurt? You got
all of them. All of them.
Clevenger too.
They've traded for so many good guys, and their payroll is increasing so much, and they got Fernando Tatis that they are still getting better. But that doesn't make that doesn't mean that their acquisitions have been great, because they haven't been. Right? Blake Snell has sucked, and
Clevenger's out for the year.
I mean, Darvish, he hasn't been that good these last few starts either. So I actually think they need a number one to compete for a World Series. And I don't really have any concerns with Max Scherzer. I think he's going to go right into San Diego. He pitched today. I bet he makes his next start in 5 days, right? Normal rest. I think he's going to be good to go and roll down the stretch. So great acquisition by them if they're trying to win a World Series. I assume the Dodgers will be sprung. I actually think a good chance the Dodgers acquire, if I had to guess, 2 pitchers. One would be John Gray, who's been rolling for the Colorado Rockies, and the other would be Jose Barrios, who I think the Twins are going to trade to either the Padres, Dodgers, or Rays would be maybe Red Sox too. Maybe 4 guesses there, but we are not anywhere near done with the trade deadline. If you look at the trades per hour over the last 48 hours, we are on an exponential scale, and I think we're going to see a ton of trades tonight and especially tomorrow morning. So if you're a baseball fan, this is a really, really fun time, and I'm excited to see where these guys go. I've nailed a few of these trades so far, and I think I got a good handle on it, so we'll see.
All right, very good. Stevie, you got anything on? You want to say goodbye to Max Scherzer being the DC guy?
No, I was just going to mention one other thing that has happened. The Astros traded for 2 really good relievers. That's basically their only hole in their team. I think they'll probably trade for 1 more. I think they're going to go after Craig Kimbrell and basically replace their 7, 8, 9 guys in a matter of 48 hours. I think if they do that, the Astros are going to be a real tough out. The bullpen has let them down all season, and they're still, 63-40. So
they have Presley at the back end, right? Who has been, I think he blew his last save attempt, but he's been a rock all season long, a great pitcher. They don't need to move him from the 9th inning, but that's like a luxury to have, right? You've got our guy. He's our guy at the 9th inning. Now you can scale it down, right? Who could be our A7? And those guys are cheaper and cheaper as far as you need to go. So
adding Graveman is huge. He has been so good this year out of the bullpen.
100%. So the
Garcia
Astros are
from the
gearing up
Marlins
too.
too.
It's awesome, man. The teams that are trying to win, I mean, I've been saying this all week. They're like haves and have-nots in the MLB this year. I think further than we have ever seen the two separated. And the have-nots are like, listen, like the Twins they suck, but they have a lot of assets, right? They got a good haul for Nelson Cruz. They can still trade Josh Donaldson, Jose Barrios for a king's ransom, right?
Yeah.
Taylor Rogers, Jorge Polanco could move. Byron Buxton could move. I'm telling you, these teams that are out of it, especially with the impending labor stoppage of 2022, I think we're going to see a lot more trades in the next, 20 hours or so.
Yes, no doubt about it. Okay, guys, let's do this. This is great, DC. They almost got to the 200. We haven't even started talking about tonight's slate, and we're sitting here at 168 likes. Get us to 200. We'll start it. Let's do it. Yeah. Padlock Lewis, is this Sports Center? First of all, you put an E on the end of Sports Center. You must be Canadian. What's up, you hoser? Second of all, listen, man, we got time. We're having some fun, okay? We're just having a little fun. We're talking. We're bullshitting right here. I mean, Russell Westbrook is about to become the highest paid player on the Lakers. There's a lot going on in sports, man. And
we'll find another show if you don't like it. That's okay.
Last thing I got to bring up here. Joey, motherfucking Votto. Pardon my French here, people, but every day, go play a Brave. No, I refuse to play a Brave. I refuse to play anybody.
I've been saying it every day, so not the credit taker, but I've been on the Joey Votto train for a long while now.
We should be, because he hits a home run in his first at bat. He said a home. Is that 6 straight games, DC?
6 straight games, 8 home runs.
I've been on and on
all. I think all of them are close to it anyway. So
every night, and I was looking at that game today. I'm saying, boy, how are Reds going to lose if this guy gets 4 at bats? Because he's going to create at least a couple runs in this game. Steve, you're laughing like.
And he did again today,
Yeah, this is my favorite time to just remind people that hot streaks are real. There's a few of you out there that refuse to believe it, and they're absolutely real. Ohtani, hot streak. He's always hot. Votto, don't fade him. Just there's a handful of guys we continue to target every single day because they're on hot streaks, and I don't think it's wrong to one-off those guys, Stevie. Tonight could be the different night. Well, fine. I'll take my chances that tonight is the night that the streak ends because these dudes are raking. Absolutely killing it.
Yeah, and especially for DFS, a lot of these sites take too long to adjust pricing, and you can ride out these hot streaks, before these guys get too expensive. So I think there's definitely an edge there.
Okay. Cody Charlie says you look pissed today, DC. You're not pissed, are you? You're just yourself, right?
No. I'm honestly, to be honest, I'm almost never pissed. Like
never.
A couple times a year, I think I'm legit pissed. But other than that, I'm pretty good to go. Just listen. What could be a better job than this? You got to hop on the air in the afternoon. You're talking baseball, basketball, football, whatever it is. Like, what would I possibly have to be pissed about? So no, I'm not pissed.
Yeah, see, he's in a good mood.
Always.
Weather. There's not a lot of weather tonight. I know people are freaking out about Boston. It doesn't look that bad, to be honest. Just for me, this is amateur weatherman. Again, I didn't go to college for this, but Big T didn't go to college for DFS. So, and then listen, I'm looking at radar. I'm looking.
Might have if he could have.
I'm not fading the game. I'm not fading. I didn't have a lot from this game. I would be hesitant to play the pitchers from the Boston game with Ryu and Rodriguez, but I'm looking at it right now, DC. I got no problems. I think this thing's going to play. If we have a delay, so be it. But it doesn't even look like it's going to get bad until, probably around 8, 9 o'clock. And even then, it's not going to be it's not going to be shitting rain. It's just going to be spitting rain. That's what I'll call it.
Yeah, it looks pretty okay. I wouldn't say completely out of the woods yet. Maybe Steve has a different take on it. I mean, I don't know. If we're going to talk about it, you just got to pull up the radar and try to.
I'm looking at it.
Predict it yourself, and I'm with you, Holden. I think it should be okay. I'm not. This isn't one of those. I'm like, oh, it's 100%. But yeah, we'll see what Steve says.
I think there's gonna be rain there. I think it's it's going to be in the area. I would not play the starting pitchers, but the bats I'm not too worried about. What do you think there, Stevie? Where are you sitting right now in the weather in Boston?
Well, they've shown a couple times this season that they're willing to play through light rain up in Boston. That's happened a couple times this summer. I mean, it's not a great spot for the pitchers anyways. So not on them on even the small slate, but I think I'm probably okay with bats there. I'm actually only playing one lineup tonight, which is rare for me.
Time out. Breaking news. Yankees on the brink of acquiring Anthony Rizzo from the Cubs. That's from Joel Sherman. DC, look at that. They had no left-handed pass. He left too. DC walked away. He
has no idea this happened.
Oh, he bitches about me not listening. The guy fucking walks up and goes away. Who even knows where he is right now, Stevie? That's 2 left-handed bats, though, dude. I know Rizzo isn't the superstar that he was a couple years ago, But now it's Gallo and Rizzo. This offense has immediately been transformed over the last 24 hours.
Yeah, it's some nice additions for a team that's going to miss the playoffs. It's I think. But yeah, wow. So Voit, do they trade Voit now? It's just cool to think about all, the waterfall effects from all these big trades. Haven't really had a deadline like this in the last couple of years where there are a bunch of teams that are so close that they're just going for it. DC, did you hear that?
I heard some of it. We moved to a new place.
Where do you go? Where do you go? Like a couple times a show, you'll just go. Where are you going?
Yeah. We moved to a new place recently, and there are way more people walking by the front door than ever before, and our dog just goes berserk. And it's like, I can't even. So I mute it when he goes berserk, but then he just we'll do it for like 3 minutes. So I got to go try to calm him down because I can't unmute when it's just like, wow, So
Anthony Rizzo just got traded to the Cubs. So 2 big left-handed bats for the Yankees. To the Yankees, I should say.
The Yankees.
2 big left-handed bats for the Yankees. What do you think about Rizzo to the Cubs? Rizzo to the Yankees, God damn it. What do you
twice.
think? Rizzo to the Yankees.
We gotta trick him into a third time, but
we have time.
I mean, that's what they need, That's why I love Gallo to the Yankees so much, to split up Judge and Stanton. So now you get Rizzo there and you can split them up even further. So now you can start, I think, if I was the Yankees and Aaron Boone, I would start Realmuto, Gallo, Judge, Rizzo, Stanton, right? Right, left, because
pretty good.
The one thing that Judge was saying is you just a right-handed pitcher, you got a good slider, you can just most of this lineup, but Gallo and Rizzo are kind of the antidotes to that, right? You can't face those guys with a good slider because they'll just say, they'll spit on it. They'll say, no, I'm not going to swing at that. And then you got guys all over the bases because these guys have some of the highest on-base percentages of any team in baseball. I would project the Yankees starting lineup probably has the highest overall on-base percentage of any team in baseball, and also perhaps the most power. And people are saying, oh, they're going to strike out. They're going to strike out. They're going to okay, well, Rizzo's a very little strikeout guy, and it's just not.
And I think they get Severino back soon too.
You can't put everything in a vacuum, right? So it's it's easy to strike out 5 Yankees in a row when it's Judge, Stanton, Torres, Sanchez, right? 4 righties who are all susceptible to the right-handed slider. You put Gallo and Rizzo in the middle of those guys, now you got some problems in those late innings. So I think this is listen, I'm not a Yankees fan, but this is a strong, strong move by the Yankees. They're clearly trying to compete. They're back in the AL, but they must believe that Cole can kind of get through the season. Domingo Armand has been good recently. Jamison Tyone has picked it up. And then you mentioned
Severino's coming back soon.
Luis Severino, who was one of the best pitchers in baseball before he went down with injury. They must think he's coming back too, right? Because the Yankees clearly think they have a run in them. And the Yankees always do because they're the Yankees, and you can just, if you trade all your prospects, you can just buy veteran players because you have, you're making $500 million a year and you only have to sustain a $200 million payroll or whatever it is. But yeah, I think the Yankees are a dangerous team right now.
All right, guys, let's get into the slate. As trades come up, we'll keep telling you Anthony Rizzo to the Yankees. We'll see where Bryant goes now. There's no way Bryant's staying there either.
No chance.
RPS Heater 25. RPS Heater 25. 25% off your first payment. Want to remind you, as the weeks go on here, if you have RPS as your avatar on FanDuel, DraftKings, wherever you play, and you win, and you end up sending us the screenshots of your wins, we're going to start giving away RPS swag. So make sure you do that. Who cares about the trade talk, Cheese Delgado? I think a lot of us care about the trade talk, buddy. That's why we're talking about it. We still have time to finish things up here, so let's get into it. Normally, what I'll do is go to the guys for pitching. We'll do stacks and one-offs today, just 5 games. Let's roll through the pitching, go game by game too. And I'll post some cores up there in the premium chat when we have them. We're not going to give away the JSU, DC, any of the guys' cores on the free side today. We'll do going forward. Today is just for the premium members, but we're going to give you the insight that you need to make your own decision. So, Stevie, you haven't talked that much here. Let's do pitching. Let's start with you on pitching tonight. What is it? It's Freddie Peralta and then a whole bunch of other guys, right?
Well, so Peralta last Friday in the game against the White Sox was held to 50-ish pitches. He was pulled with the bases loaded for a pinch hitter in like the fifth inning. Actually, it was the bottom of the fourth. But they have come out and talked about how they want to start to limit his innings moving forward. So he's already over his career high innings in a season. And, the Brewers is obviously a team that's trying to make a deep run in October. So he is going to blow so far past his career innings cap. So it makes sense to, not push him. Now I think it's kind of unclear what their plan is. But pulling him at 50 pitches last time is pretty alarming. So there's a little bit of guesswork that goes on there. His strikeout prop is very low. So Vegas thinks that he's going to be on some sort of pitch count limit, whether it's 65 or 85, that's tough. But, if you're paying $10K for him or 9.7 on FanDuel and he goes out there and he gives you 60 pitches, you're going to be pissed. The Pirates aren't, a team that he should have to go super deep against anyways. And they don't strike out that much. So I don't think that I'm going to use him today in my one lineup that I'm playing on each site, but I'd like to hear DC's take on it as well.
DC, let's start with Peralta. And since Stevie didn't want to go into the rest of his pool, why don't you hammer out yours, huh?
Yeah, I'll pass on Peralta tonight. He's been awesome
Really?
this year. I mean, they cut him down to 51 pitches last time. They said they're going to kind of continue to do that and save their pitchers' arms, because I don't have the current standings in front of me. What the Brewers are up a few games at least on the other NL.
Yeah,
Central.
they have a 7-game lead on the Reds.
Yeah, they're the playoff probabilities are probably what I would guess 90% plus to win the NL Central at this point. So they have to gear up for October. And given the limited workloads that everybody saw in 2020, but especially young pitchers like Peralta, Burns, and Woodruff, who these are very, very young pitchers. I mean, this is Peralta's breakout year. They have to slow him down, because otherwise he's going to have a dead arm when the games really matter, right? They don't actually matter that much right now for the Brewers. I mean, the Brewers are probably going to win this division, right? The Cubs are selling. The Reds are okay, but they're not adding pieces, it doesn't seem like. And I just think the Brewers have this one. So I think what the Brewers are listen, I don't know for sure, but what I think is what the Brewers are going to do is they're going to reduce the pitch counts on these guys. So Peralta threw 51 pitches. That was after 96, 94, 96, 92. And then last start, they removed him at 51 after 4 innings of scoreless baseball.
He was dealing too. I was at that game.
Yeah, he's absolutely dealing. Could have been one of his best starts of the year, no question about it. They take him out of the game, and I think they're going to ramp him back up, right? So I think we're going to see – we saw 51 last start. I think we might see 55 to 60, 60 to 70, and then they're going to kind of ramp him up, get him ready to give a full workload in the playoffs. But 10K for – if things go well, 5 innings, if things go perfectly well, I just can't do it. So Freddie Peralta kind of off the table for me tonight, to be honest.
Who is it, guys?
Different scenario, DC, but there's another guy on the slate who, his team kind of did that to him a couple weeks ago in Casey Mize. They dropped him down to 50.
But he's on the rise though.
And he's had 4 or 5 starts since then. So, you can kind of look at that and see what some teams are going to try to do with these young pitchers.
They have to, so Casey Mize, I have him as my number 1 starting pitcher option tonight.
Ooh, even though he's on pitch counts? That's interesting, because isn't he kind of on a pitch count too?
He's on the rise though.
So he's gotten back up to 80. They
cut him. So he threw Holden. He threw 101 back on June 26th. Since then, he threw 56, 50, 54, and then 79. They said they cut him down, right, to reduce 15 innings over those 4 starts off of his ultimate cap this year, and now they're ramping him back up. And I just feel relatively confident that Peralta has a lower pitch count number than Casey Mize here. Peralta is definitely the better pitcher too, but Mize at home against Baltimore. Listen, it's a 5-game slate, right? We got 10 guys to choose from, and a few of them aren't really options at all. So I don't feel super confident in, frankly, anyone tonight, but I do have Mize as the number 1 point per dollar guy. I'm not like a huge Casey Mize guy, but just reading all between the lines, I think Mize against Baltimore at home here, I think he's got a good chance to deliver something good. So he's my number 1. Wouldn't be shocked if it didn't work out, but at 6,900.
Thanks for the confidence, man.
I like him a lot too here.
No, I mean, well, I'll say when I'm really confident. I'm not like super confident in Casey Mize. I mean,
yeah.
All right.
So you get
Montaz 1, right, Stevie? Montaz 1.
Yeah. So just to go more on Mize. So you're getting Baltimore coming out of Camden Yards, striking out a ton. Our handedness chart on our site shows, since June 1st, striking out the 5th most against righties, 22nd in weighted runs created plus. So Baltimore's a team that hits lefties decently, but does not hit righties very well. Going on the road, Mize has the pitch count back up to 80. You think they let him go 85 here at least. So yeah, I'm pretty confident in Mize here. Montas, I think, is my favorite of the more expensive starters. He's been really good lately. The Angels just lost Jared Walsh, which is a huge, that's a huge loss. He's been their second best player all season since Rendon can't stay healthy. And Montas's swing strike rate has been good of late. Pretty confident in him having a good outing here. I'm a Montas guy, so I'm not sure if DC likes him as well, but I think that is going to be my pairing on DraftKings today. Mize and Montas, and then on FanDuel, trying to decide between them, just seeing how my team fits around those 2 guys on FanDuel.
Okay. Couple questions from the premium chat we got here, guys. Well, actually, Barrick was late and waiting for you to talk about Mize. I know we had a question, Jokic. Is Chad Cool acceptable? And then talk about Musgrove too. So either one of you want to address Cool and Musgrove?
Yeah, I can go Cool. I mean, I just like Mize so much more. He's $500 more on DraftKings that I don't really see getting to Cool much. I don't think he's the worst player in the world. And then Musgrove, he's been a guy I've talked about a lot over the last month now, over a month since the foreign substance crackdown. I mean, Musgrove is averaging like 10 DraftKings fantasy points per start. I mean, it's been really, really rough for Musgrove. I know the matchup is good for him against Colorado, but it really seems like the new rules enforcement has affected him. And frankly, if we're just talking probabilities, the acquisition of Max Scherzer kind of cast doubt on a lot of those San Diego pitchers who have taken a hit, right? I mean, Blake Snell has been garbage this season. Yu Darvish has taken a step back. Joe Musgrove has taken a big step back. And it's like San Diego's like, okay, we got to go get our number 1, pay the ransom price, right? For Max Scherzer. They did it seems like. And so that, it's kind of not a one-to-one relationship by any means, but that doesn't make me any more confident in Joe Musgrove going into tonight. The fact that they were willing to pony up for Max Scherzer. So for me, it's Montas and Casey Mize. Those are the 2 guys I want. It's 5-game slate. I don't have a problem saying these are my 2 guys, right? Like we've kind of poked holes in every other pitcher because we got time to do so, right? We got an hour to talk about 5 baseball games. So for me, Montas, Casey Mize, that's who I'm rolling with tonight. Those are my dudes. Sounds like Steve, you're on the same page and
exact same page.
You go down with the ship at a certain point, right? They seem like the 2 best plays to me by a decent margin. So is what it is.
Drew in our premium chat, Drew asked, why do I get so excited when DC walks away? Nape said, because I like his ass. That is not true. It's because sometimes I'll just be talking and all of a sudden I'll be like, hey, DC. And then I see there's an empty seat there.
I have a 3-word cue. Holden story time. If that happens in my head, then that's my chance to go get some.
All right, let's get.
I don't even wait for the first word of the story. I just walk away.
I don't blame you. Hey, we're at 200. Let's get to 250. Let's just get to 250 for good mojo. We got over 500 watching. This will be a monster show. We'll probably have about 1,500 when it's all said and done. So let's do that. Did have a question in the premium chat. Do you think that there's issues with weather in Detroit? I don't. And then Barrick said, can I play Ohtani as a one-off? You can always play Ohtani. Always, always, always play Ohtani. The dude is absolutely.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Harp is off the field in Boston, so don't worry about that. All right, guys, we've got about 20 minutes to lock. We're going to go game by game. Let's just get to your stacks, your number one stack. Steve, is it Detroit? I mean, I feel like every time I'm with you, you're on Detroit. And I know DC has his love for a few of these Detroit guys. Is Detroit the number one stack?
I think they are, for me, Detroit and San Diego. I feel like, so I come on every Thursday and the Tigers face a lefty every Thursday, and they've just been smashing lefties for 2 months. So, why change it up? It looks like Vegas is finally caught up with, what we at RPS have been talking about for 2 months, that the Tigers crush righties. They have the highest team total on the slate. Think about that. You have a slate with the Padres, Toronto, Boston, all in pretty good spots, and the Tigers have the highest team total. That kind of says a lot, about how well the Tigers have been hitting, especially in the split. And then obviously you get Baltimore with a subpar starter, and then their bullpen, which is going to get worse probably before the end of tomorrow. So yeah, I think the Tigers are in a great spot. It sucks that we can't use Eric Haas in the outfield anymore. So you have to choose between Austin Nola and Haas if you're playing those two teams, which I think is an important call, because Nola is so cheap, but on FanDuel you can play both. Austin Nola is min price on FanDuel.
Steve, let me get you off there. I know Austin Nola can hit a little bit, but this is Eric Haas, man. Every time he's in a good matchup, he hits a home run. So
he's a great play. Yeah.
Don't overthink this one.
Yeah, I have Eric Haas in my core. I'll give that away on the first show.
Okay.
But right. So
didn't mean to get all aggressive on you.
Yeah, I think that those two teams are in the best spot. Freeland's had a couple good starts, but I think this is more about him kind of running hot, and then the wheels can fall off of him at any moment. And why not at San Diego, who's been, according to the chart, second best team in weighted runs created plus and ISO over the last month plus. So. And that lineup just got better. There's no Frazier in there tonight, which kind of stinks. But those are my two teams that I'll be using on both sides tonight.
I just threw JSU's DraftKings score in our premium live show chat Discord. So subscribers, JSU's core is in there. I will give you one of the names. Castro's in there, boys. He's going back to Rodolfo Castro, who we recommended last night.
Me too.
You are too. Barrick was saying, hey, I'm starting Montage. You can't tell me to start Ohtani with Montage. Yes, you can. It's a 5-game slate. It's not going to kill you. Also, Dom Nunez or Austin Nola. Stevie, are you on Nola?
Yeah, Austin Nola, I think, is one of the best hitting catchers in the league. Just came back this week, and he's still cheap. This is what we talked about. Get on these guys before they're expensive. This is a guy who's going to be mid 4Ks, I would assume, in 2 weeks. So.
Top stack for you, DC. Is it also Detroit?
Yeah, I'm on the Tigers. They've come through with some huge games and some letdown games, but this is a team I really, really do believe in. They are, I think, on the upswing, and I think for the rest of this baseball season, right? I mean, we've got 2 months left. We got 60 days of baseball. I know football season coming up, but there's a lot of money to be made in baseball. And I'm telling you, the Tigers, I think, are going to make a run here. They are on the upswing. They've got prospects coming up. They've kind of hit on a lot of stuff. I think the hiring of the former Astros manager, AJ Hinch, was looks at this point like it was a fantastic hiring. I won't be surprised if the Tigers are the best team in the AL Central in 2 years. This is a team that you want to get in on. That's what I think. I know the White Sox have a kind of a juggernaut brewing, but I like what I'm seeing from the Tigers. I've been on Akil Baddoo all year, and this guy, he looks like a superstar. He really does to me. He's got power, speed. Now he's developing the plate discipline. I've talked about it.
As long as they throw out
a show every day and a podcast every day, and I've talked a lot about Akil Baddoo, but I've been right about Akil Baddoo. He's a stud. He's a leadoff man for the Tigers every single day. He's 22 years old. Power, speed, plate discipline. He's got it all. Steve, go ahead. I see you want to talk.
No, I was just going to say, and Robbie Grossman, one of the biggest pickups. Well, not biggest.
So
pickups,
I think he'll get traded, but
he's been awesome. Baddoo, as long as teams keep throwing righties at them.
No, he can hit lefties now too. I've been watching. I've been watching his at bats because I've got some sweats for some 6-figure stuff in season long, and I've been on Akil Baddoo since April 1st or March 25th, whatever it is, and man,
starting to come around a little bit against lefties, because
they're hitting him leadoff for the second time in 2 days, or second time in the last 2 games that they faced a lefty, and
that was his big bugaboo kind of coming in.
All right, hey guys, we're running again. We got 15 minutes. We got a whole bunch of questions. Stack number 2, DC. Who's your second favorite stack? And who from that stack do you like?
Yeah, the Blue Jays against Eduardo Rodriguez.
Yeah.
I do have some respect for Eduardo Rodriguez as a pitcher. I think this is just a bad spot for Eduardo Rodriguez, honestly. It's been the underlying metrics look okay for him, but he seems like someone that's maybe suffering from a little bit of a lack of confidence. And I know if you look at like the Blue Jays numbers against lefties, they're not like, oh, they hit righties better, but like I'm not willing to say like 22-year-old Vladimir Guerrero isn't going to have traditional splits, right, where he smashes lefties even more than he smashes righties. So I'm in on this thing. Springer, Guerrero, Semien, Bichette, Teoscar, Grichuk. Like you go, especially 1 through 6 on this lineup, I think they're going to smash. So they are my number 2 behind the Tigers.
All right. What about you, Stevie? Who's your number 2 stack behind the Tigers?
Padres. Like I said, this is a team. So they get Nola. Frazier's not in the lineup tonight, but this lineup is really lengthened of late. We're talking about the Yankees doing some of that with some higher profile guys, but I think getting Austin Nola back is just huge for this lineup. They don't have to start those, Scales at catcher anymore. And he's cheap. I understand that Tatis and Machado are going to be popular on the slate, but rightfully so. They're facing a lefty that doesn't strike anyone out. They're at home. Good weather there. So it's going to be Tigers and Padres for me on both sites.
Tigers and
We're on the
Padres
same page. Those are my two teams as well.
Okay. Let's get to a ton of questions, guys. We got a lot today. I'm going to get to the premium side first. Our subscribers get first. I'll come back if we got time and get your questions for those of you that have not subscribed yet. And if you haven't, there's still time. RPS Heater 25, 25% off your first payment. Hit the like button too. That'll help us. DFS production, Pena or Perez on DK. Need a cheap catcher. That's for you, DC.
Pena or Perez?
Yeah.
Let me look.
Do you have a core coming out today, by the way?
It should be out, yeah.
Yeah? Okay. I'll look for it.
It's definitely out.
Yeah, his FanDuel core is up. Do you have a DK core today?
Yeah, it's in the playbook. You should know this by now, Holden.
All right, guys. I didn't know if you did the playbook. So DC's DK core is in the playbook. His FanDuel core is in the core place, is in the core sheets. And then what do you got for this catcher question?
I would lean Perez, but if I can possibly afford it, I'm getting that extra $500-$600 to get to Austin Nola.
Okay, very good. Stevie, Springer or Hernandez?
Teoscar, I assume. Springer for me, slightly though.
DC, Springer or Hernandez?
I love Teoscar.
Yeah, if I got to choose who's going to score more fantasy points tonight, it would be Springer. If you told me that Springer was twice as owned as Teoscar, which I think is
that's a good
possible, then I would take Teoscar. So
here's my question. Question. You got one spend up tonight. You paying up for Vlad or Ohtani-san?
Ooh.
I'm going Ohtani. Doesn't matter. but I know DC, you're on the Jays a little bit. If you're stacking, maybe you go, but if you're what do you think?
I'll sit on the fence a little bit and say if I don't have Montas in my lineup, Ohtani would be the first guy I would get in because Montas is going to be super popular and someone's got to do the damage. And Ohtani is just clearly the best play on the Angels. If I have Montas in, it's not going to be Ohtani. It would be, I think, actually Tatis over Vlad, but man, great options up there.
Yeah, you got any problem with me going Ohtani with Montas in the lineup? No, I don't care if you do. Just tell me. Let me know. Because
a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's one swing. It's 14
not like a huge
points.
problem. It's your money. I don't really give a shit. But
yeah, I know. But what do you have a problem about that with? You just don't like the correlation. But I'm saying it's a 5-game slate. We can get a little wacky.
Sure, it could absolutely work. But Montas is the second highest price pitcher on the slate. You're hoping for a big game out of him, and Ohtani's the highest priced hitter on the slate. So a little bit difficult to get both of those things right. It'll be, you're hoping
you should just use all that cash on Tatis and play the cheaper outfielders.
I got Ohtani and Tatis. It's amazing. There's some good value tonight. King Mall, Stevie, Wong or Scope? Last piece on DK. Wong or Scope?
Scope.
Scope is your guy.
Yep.
DC Captain Blast wants to know Chapman or Candelario at third on DK.
Candelario.
Do you see Laureano exploding tonight? That's from Zaza.
I like Laureano. Yeah. Oakland isn't a team that we've talked about. They get a park upgrade. They got Starling Marte is in the lineup, hitting second tonight. He's not in a player pool on FanDuel, which is infuriating, but he's pretty expensive. Yeah. So Oakland, I play more Oakland than most people, so I'm probably not the right person to ask.
You aren't. No, you've lost more money on Oakland.
I do like Steve saying that it's infuriating, but he has something less than an infuriating look upon his face. His general demeanor is not an infuriated person.
Whereas
I got some spotted cow here. I'm good to go.
Is infuriating. You always look infuriated, yet you say you're nice and relaxed. You guys are like that. This is bizarro world.
Yeah.
You guys sitting together.
That's why we work. We work so well together.
All right, DFS production guys. Guerrero and Simeon or Tatis and Machado. All right, are you going Blue Jays? DC's going Blue Jays. Stevie's going Padres. I think that's it. So if you're on Team DC, you're going Guerrero Simeon, right? DC.
Yeah.
Tatis Machado is going to be Stevie's boys. Yes.
Absolutely. I have both in the core.
Pick a team.
Yeah.
Did you just ask JSU in a premium chat how to finish out your FanDuel lineup?
No,
I was a rhetorical question.
I was asking about Rodolfo.
Oh, come on. Rodolfo's in the cores tonight, boys. You better get it. Get him in there. Rodolfo's our boy. Marte or Teoscar? DC, Drew A wants to know Marte or Teoscar.
I'll lean Teoscar there.
K. Falik Burner. Stevie, A's stack. You're an A's guy. How intriguing is it with how bad Bundy has been?
I think they're only going to use him for a short period of time. So it's more like a bullpen game for the Angels, and the Angels have an awful pen. So I don't have any issue with Oakland. If I was playing more than one lineup, I would definitely have some Oakland. Okay.
Who's your favorite first baseman? Pepitos. Any of you guys want to talk about your favorite first baseman? Doesn't matter about the
Scope. Scope is first base.
You can't play Scope at first baseman. There's too many good first basemen.
Like who? Who are you playing at first if you're playing Detroit and San Diego? Hosmer?
Olsen against Dylan Bundy?
Yeah.
I mean,
6K though.
Yeah, I'm aware.
He just didn't fit into my build personally. I like Scope at first to answer the question.
I do.
All right.
I do indeed know the players' prices. Yeah.
Joe 136. Mize and Olsen or Montas and Tellez on FanDuel.
Mize and Olsen. I can't do much better than that.
Mize and Olsen's your guy. Your guys there. Okay. JSU saying Detroit like and Toronto for the win. So he's on the same page as you, DC.
He's a smart man.
Are you saying this Toronto-Boston game is going to play? Like I said, guys, I'm not worried about the offense. I wouldn't play either one of the pitchers.
We got 8 minutes. So let me pull up this weather because
I was
not that worried about it, but let me pull it up.
Tarp is off. DFS production. Stevie, Tellez or Nola is a one-off?
I like Austin Nola. How many times I got to say it on the show? I love Austin Nola.
Let's get to the free. We'll get to the free.
Your chat. First show with Holden? You got to say it. You got to.
We just had another question. If it's
you should have a recorder button that just says what you want to say.
Who is the play of the day? We'll give the play of the day in 2 minutes. Steve Becker, Polanco or Taylor?
Tyrone Taylor sitting fifth today. I don't mind it.
Cabrera or Cronenworth from Drew A?
Cronenworth, if you can afford him. He's more expensive than Miggy, though.
DFS Dom, Pham or Grichuk for my last spot?
I like Pham hitting leadoff for a team that I think is going to score a bunch of runs tonight.
Fibber wants to know if we can get a better cheap option so he can stack the Jays, not Mize. So he's looking as another cheap. Is there a cheaper price pitcher that you would go?
Is he asking us to recommend someone other than the pitcher that we're recommending?
Basically, your whole core, just every pitcher that you want to know. Alexander Wells, Dylan Bundy, Chad Cole.
Okay, so Mize is my official recommendation. If you are just like maybe Casey Mize had a relationship with your mom or something, and you can't play him, then other than that, I would go with, I guess, Chad Cole, but just play Casey Mize.
Don't worry. He's worried about getting up to a player, but I think that the getting the pitching right.
You got a lot of position spots. Find someone else. I think Casey Mize is clearly the best cheap option.
T. Mayhew, DC, Olsen, Scope, Castro, or Scope, Castro, Machado. So basically Olsen or Machado. After I read this,
I love the three VTs that only have one different.
Yeah, it's Olsen or Machado.
Yeah, Olsen over Machado for me.
Olsen over Machado tonight. Stevie, you're in the same camp, I think, right?
Yeah, I mean it's hard to say no.
Both are great plays
to Olsen against a righty. Yeah.
All right. We got 5 minutes to lock, so let's do our plays of the day. 217 likes. If you guys want to be nice, throw us another like. Try and get us to 250 before we're done. We'd love that. Stevie, what is yours? Is it the Mexican bathroom shit play of the day, or what? What are we doing for you these days?
So I'm not going out to dinner tonight. The fiance's out of town. We can call it the DoorDash play of the night. I'm definitely ordering DoorDash for the NBA draft.
No, that's not it. The last time Stevie was on with me, he made his lineup while he was taking a shit at a Mexican restaurant bathroom, and he ended up min cashing. And from now on, you're the Mexican bathroom shit play of the day. So what is it, Stevie?
To be fair, that was an NBA showdown, not the MLB.
Don't worry about the facts.
Mine is going to be Robbie Grossman hitting third for Detroit.
Ooh.
Crushes lefties. Really underrated player this year. Grossman's going deep.
Oh boy, I'm looking at the. By the way, I'm looking at the Jays total today. It's 5. That's not a bad number, is it, DC? 5 is not a bad number. I thought it'd be 5.5.
Who, the pitcher or the Jays?
Yeah, the Jays their run total's 5.
I know, but I'm asking you, which side do you think it's a bad number?
Oh, I think the Jays to get 5 runs is kind of nice.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, we're on the same page.
I'm not a big. I don't like going over 4.5, but damn, tonight that's good. What's the mom's basement play of the day?
A lot of good choices here. Got to choose one. I think Casey Mize delivers today. I haven't been a hugest fan this year, but I think he's going to deliver for us. He's got a very, very nice price point, $6,900, $6,900.
Mm-hmm.
Feel good about him. Casey Mize going to deliver.
That's your boy tonight. Casey Mize is bringing us all the money home.
Yeah.
All right, very good. You don't need my play of the day. Don't worry about it. It's all good. My play of the day is a bet of the day. Jays over 4.5 runs on BetMGM, 5 runs on PointsBet. Mix them together and everything's good. You're going to have a great day. It's going to be terrific. Any other questions you guys got in the free chat? We'll absolutely do that. Yeah, I don't know why it went down from 5.5, to be honest with you. It's a good question.
It's just a better number. There you go.
It's just a better number. It's as simple as that.
Don't wane in your confidence in the Blue Jays against Eduardo Rodriguez. Come on.
For real.
Be strong.
Rays trading Diego Castillo to the Mariners. All right, that's fine. There's another piece of the puzzle. They were figuring out what was going on with the Mariners, which is just fine. Again, for those of you worried about the weather, my official stance on this, no pitchers from the Blue Jays, Red Sox. Hitters are a go. You just looked at it, DC, for the 8th time. What do you got?
Yeah, I agree with you. It's close. It's a lot of rain in that area, but I think enough of it will miss Boston that they play the game. But
yeah, and it makes you more confident that they've played through light rain a bunch this season too.
A
Yeah,
lot.
I do think I would say, if you make me put a number on it, which I'm just making myself do, an 80% chance this game completes all 9 innings.
Avi Garcia, is he okay as a one-off? That's from T Mayhew. Avi Garcia.
Yep.
You're fine with him.
Yep.
If you're playing Mize, would you play Mullins against him? You better relax, bro.
No.
No.
If I'm playing Mize, I'm going with Mize. I'm not playing any Orioles, right? I mean, come on.
Grossman one-off for Taylor is part of my Milwaukee stack. Well, I mean, if you're going Milwaukee, don't you have to go with Taylor?
Yeah.
Just as a game theory.
Yes. I would complete the stack over forcing in.
Yeah, Grossman's not the one-off you want for Detroit.
Oh, Christine's in the chat. It's raining in Boston. I know, Christine. We've been looking at this.
Yeah,
this whole show, and we at some point in time you just got to draw a line on the sand. A solid picks. I need a booster shot. I don't even know if I'm going to get a goddamn booster shot. I'm so pissed off about this. That's all I'll tell you right now. Any Wilbur Defoe for min price? No.
I personally do not have any, but
no, don't do it. And we're locked. Wonderful. Good job. Yes, run pure, boys and girls. Thank you very much for hanging out. Want to remind everybody of a couple things, though. First of all, like button. If we can get to 250, we love it. We don't. We're going to have a nice audience anyways. Second of all, if you haven't already checked it out, you get our core plays. You get a playbook. You get access to all of our insiders, all our contributors in our Discord. So let's say we couldn't get to your question on the live show. All you had to do was type it in the Discord. They'd have gotten it to you. Okay. Yep. All the time we have people. DC's in there. Stevie's in there. Everybody's in there. Big T, JSU, Hoop, all of them. They all hang out. I probably did get COVID at the Ocean Prime. Yes. I would not be shocked if that happened. That's what happens when you eat seafood in a landlocked state. No, seriously, that's proven to be factual.
Having that same issue here, moving from the DC area to Chicago.
Yeah, but you at least live in Chicago. Like you can have sturgeon and stuff from Lake Michigan. That's not bad.
But there's no blue crab here. It's
Bobby Chin's. Go to Bobby Chin's if it's still around. It was the best place in Chicago that there ever was growing up. Okay, so we got that, and then lastly, make sure you use RPS as your avatar, our logo as your avatar, because when you win, you send a screenshot of that, and we were going to pick a few people out a week randomly to win some RPS swag. So we got a lot going on there. I'm going to go die now. I'm going to curl up and watch some baseball and hopefully pass out by the 3rd inning of these early games, which would be nice. Any words of wisdom you'd like to hand out here tonight, Stevie? And what do you got going on for the NBA draft? Are you watching draft or baseball or both?
Both. You know, the fiance's out of town. What are you talking about? This is a 2 TV night.
Wow.
Got to record the podcast with DC for tomorrow's slate. And yeah, so I think the best bet still available is Moses Moody under 10.5 for the draft.
Moses Moody under 10.5.
Yeah.
Okay. I like it. What do you got, DC? What do you got going on tonight?
A lot of the same, man. A lot of the same every single night, watching sports, hanging out, and hoping to pick some winners. I'm trying to find my brother, my literal brother. He texted me today, and he said, "What's the max on NBA draft props?" I said, "I have no idea. I don't know. I'm not really, I'm kind of in full baseball mode, so I don't really know what NBA." And he says, "Well, can you find out what your max is?" I said, "Okay." His big bet, he is very, very confident in this, had me place his max bet down on Joe Wieskamp.
Yeah.
Yep.
Steve, you know who that is?
Yeah, from Iowa, dude. He was a good player this year.
He is convinced that he is going to go under 42.5 picks. So pick 42 or sooner.
I'm a big Joe Wieskamp fan.
What's it? You are?
Yeah.
That's honestly great to hear. We have a big bet on Joe Wieskamp under 42.5 picks. We got it at minus 120. It is now up to minus 130. I don't know if that has anything to do with our large wager on it, but that's what I'm rooting for. Taylor, my brother, he listens to a lot of NBA podcasts and seems to be very confident. So we'll see. But that's what I'm rolling with here.
All right, very good, guys. Hit the like button on the way out. Thank DC and Steve for their hard work today. I'm going to go get a ventilator and pass out. Boys, we'll catch you later on the bet side. Check it out. I'm sure they'll have NBA content going too. And if you're already a subscriber, go hit the boys up. So Get Bets is the code, and you get the bets free. Bet side free for a month. It's just terrific. If you were going to buy a package, it's $80 for the DFS side. Add the bet side for $20. It's completely paying off. I'm on a heater right now. Joey Work has been on a heater all season. JJ has just started crushing his dad in a contest. The whole bet side's going bananas right now. It's just terrific.
And $20 on Joe Wieskamp under 42.5. That'll pay for it. Go get that.
Is that it? Is that the bet right there?
I actually bet that yesterday, DC. So that's good.
Yes. Then yes, it is. Joe Wieskamp under 42.5. Go hit it. It'll pay for your next month's subscription.
Yep.
And I've never actually don't know what this guy looks like. I assume he's
big white guy.
Yeah, that was my guess, but yeah.
Big white guy. And then who was your other one? Stevie, who was your other bet?
Moses Moody under 10.5.
Moody under 10.
Yeah. You can use DK
USC
Sportsbook.
Moody, is it?
No.
He's
from Arkansas.
Arkansas. All right. Very good.
DK's got a 50% profit boost for your first NBA draft bet.
All right, good. But you can only bet to like $25 or $50.
Yes.
Right. So that's not going to be. Are you gray?
Yeah, dude.
Dude, you're like 28 years old. What are you doing?
I just turned 33. I'm gray on the sides.
Too young to be gray. Too young to be gray.
Stressing out betting sports for the last 15 years. What do you want?
You make your lineups in a Mexican restaurant shitter. All right. Thanks, Simon. Always good to see you, buddy. I know you got some best ball stuff doing tonight. I'm going to go pass out. I'm Dunsky. Keg, sorry we're not doing the Inside DFS studio tonight. We'll do it next week.
You're going to go pass out? It's 5:10 p.m.
I'm done, dude. I need some sleep.
Right.
You had the COVID, it sucks, man. Sucks. Nothing good. And I had a vaccine. I don't know. It's just weird. Who cares, right? Who cares? If I'm dead, I'm dead. For DC, Steve, Simon, I'm Holden. Keep running pure. Hit the like button on the way out. Simon, get us out of here. Bye-bye.